Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I am in a beautiful place today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here, and I love being here when they're changing over. Changing over for the seasons. Where am I? Oh, I'm at Scenic Roots. So come along, let's have another Cape Conversations. Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I'm in such a fun place. I'm so excited to be here. It's going to be so much fun to talk with my friend Donna Kutil from
We
Scenic
could be
Roots.
a diner someday.
Yes. You never know.
You never know what's
You
coming
never
down the
know.
road.
So, Donna, what's going on?
Well, so we're finishing off fall, trying to get ready for Christmas.
Right.
Still celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we get to celebrate each season that comes in a beautiful new building that we had done this year.
And I
So
want
it's
to talk
so
to you about
exciting.
that. I know. I want to talk to you about it. So it just blew me away the first time I came in the spring, right? And you've moved the entrance, and you have this beautiful display across the front windows.
Yeah.
And we basically come in kind of now on the side.
Into the nursery, which we never really had a door. It's a game changer because 80% of our business is plant material.
Sure.
And we never truly had a way for people to come from the nursery into the store.
Yes.
Right? They had to go back out into the parking lot, into the front of the store, and into one door. So it was a real game changer for us. It's such a better flow.
Well, and also you changed the look of the building.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a dream for a very long time to have the building look like it belongs in Sandwich, looks like it belongs on Cape Cod, something that we can be proud of, something the town can be proud of, instead of just kind of a little rundown old farm building.
Well, now, just give me a little bit of history. Your dad started this?
Yeah, Jeff and I are second generation. My mom and dad started it.
Your mom and dad?
Yep, they got divorced. My dad ran it, and then Jeff and I took over about 20 years ago.
I was going to say, it's been a long time.
It has been. We think back and look at it, so it's not half of my life, but 20 years is a long time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. So you've got a lot of stuff going on. You have classes coming up?
Workshops are coming up. Workshops are coming up for Thanksgiving. Workshops are coming up for Christmas. And then in the winter, now that the building is done, we're going to have workshops this winter, January, February, March.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, we're going to have
wreath
wreath
for
workshops.
us people who don't go someplace warm?
Yep.
Wreath
workshops, house plant workshops,
Nice.
planting workshops. So now that we have the space, we're going to start doing some winter stuff now.
Oh, that's terrific. So I know you've got a little special going on with bulbs.
Our fall bulbs.
Your fall bulbs.
Which is hard for people to still think about. You're supposed to plant your bulbs October, November before the ground freezes.
Right.
As we've talked, and we will talk again later in the show, is that the weather is so warm, people aren't thinking about bulbs, but now's the time for bulbs, and all of our fall planting bulbs are buy one, get one 50% off.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Get outside and plant, because if you don't plant now, you're going to regret not having that color in the spring. You're going to be like, oh, why didn't I plant those?
So if you want to put it in a big pot, let's say you have a pot that stays out year-round.
Yeah.
Can you put them in there?
Absolutely.
And they won't freeze out?
No.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Can you still put your greens in there too?
Yes.
Okay, because that's always a question.
Yeah, so there's a thing called layering, which people do. You can either choose daffodils or tulips, or you can actually layer your bulbs. So if you look on the back of your bulb packages, it tells you the depth of the bulb. So daffodils are somewhere between 6 or 8 inches.
Wow.
And then something like crocuses and muscari, little snowdrops, are only like 2 inches or 4 inches. So you put those on top of the daffodils. And then they all have different bloom times. So your little bulbs, like the grape hyacinths and the snowdrops, are going to bloom first. And then tulips come, then daffodils come last. So
nice.
Oh, I did that reverse. Daffodils come, then tulips. So there's all that progression. I see. Then the bulbs are nestled in nicely. So at Christmas time and the holidays, you can put your greens in. In the spring, you can plant pansies around them and wait for them to come up.
Oh, no way.
So you can still plant around those bulbs that are nesting and waiting to bloom.
I have this thing about pansies. It's like as soon as the first hint of, you go outside, and you kind of smell the air, and it kind of smells a little bit like spring. It's like, I don't care if it's February. Okay, are the pansies out yet? I like panic. When do pansies come in actually?
They really don't come in till the end of March,
Yeah.
beginning of April,
Okay.
because your growers are set. They have to heat their greenhouses. They have to start them at a time.
Right.
Every year they start them at the same time. They heat them the same way. So
Sure.
even if it's warmer outside, it's still the same temperature in the greenhouses.
Sure.
So they have to plan on those weeks and those months every year the same time.
Okay.
Unless you're buying them from somebody who gets them in Florida.
Right. But they may not survive up here then, right?
Yeah, so it's better to wait till the end of March.
Okay. Well, we are sitting in front of a beautiful Christmas tree.
Yes.
So tell me about you've got these great, I call them farmhouse, I don't know what you'd call them, farmhouse ornaments. So tell me all about what you got going on here.
We do a lot more natural.
Nice.
Right? We do a lot more wood. We do a lot more lighter colors. We don't do a lot of glittery things.
Well, I noticed your pine cones on the branch.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
A lot of pine cones, a lot of seashells. We do a lot of starfish, oyster shells, clam shells. A lot of our decorations are just natural, Cape Cod, woody, and seashore.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really, really pretty. And you're going to turn this into a little Christmas shop for the holidays, right?
Yeah. We are working hard right now on the inside to decorate.
Well, I saw the guys on the outside. You're getting ready for the outside.
We
but
are
not
getting,
quite yet.
Won't turn them on. We'll have them out. We're getting our Christmas tree stands up. So Christmas trees come the middle of November every year.
Yeah.
So by around the 15th to the 18th, the Christmas trees are here and set up.
And nobody kind of realizes because they're not thinking that direction yet.
No, but people do shop for their Christmas tree the week of Thanksgiving or even the week before Thanksgiving just to make sure that they have it. Yeah. They may not put it up, but they'll put it in a bucket of water outside just so they have it. Because you don't want to go to a garden center or a tree lot and have your Christmas tree sold out by, usually they are sold out by like the 18th of December.
Right.
So a lot of people are doing Christmas earlier.
Well, so that's another thing. So when you get your Christmas tree, we used to have a live Christmas tree. I'll be honest with you, we don't anymore. I wish we did because of the smell.
Yes.
However, we're lazy. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. All of my kids have live Christmas trees, but not us anymore.
Yeah.
The old people don't. So you cut off what? A couple of inches off the trunk?
You cut off the first inch or two of the trunk just so it'll, suck up the water and regenerate. Just keep it fresher.
Yeah.
Just keep it fresher. And that's okay. So when the Christmas trees arrive, they've already been cut, so they have that sap seal on it. So that's why you don't cut the butt of your tree until you're ready to put it up.
I get it. So, but most people, I think, when they get to bring the tree home, I bet you they tend to want to cut it off and put it in the water, but not a good thing to do?
Most people we do cut it for because they are saying they're going to put it up right away.
Oh, I see.
So we cut it for them before they leave. They don't have to worry about it. They go home and they put it up.
So that's something good to know. You'll actually do that for people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we cut the bottom off. We net it for ease of transportation if they want, and then we tie it onto the top of their cars.
Oh, wow. That's great. So you also, in here, you have a lot of houseplants.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like a lot to me. Maybe to you, you're going, oh, no, this isn't much. Wait till you see what we get. But
wait till you see we restock.
So just tell me about what your thought is about houseplants for the winter. I mean, obviously, it's good for the house because it helps the house breathe, right?
Yeah. Houseplants are wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, houseplants really started coming back before COVID, and then when COVID hit, a lot of people were really dressing up the insides of their homes. Mm-hmm. But houseplants make the house cozy.
Right.
Comfortable, cozy. It feels lived in, and there's life inside your house, and it gives you a purpose. It gives you something to take care of. Yeah. And it gives you something to grow. So you're not spring, you're not summer, you're not fall outside anymore. You bring all that indoors. And that's really, I really think that's what carries you through the darkness of the winter, where it's just so dark at 4 o'clock and it's not as sunny, it's not as warm.
December 21st.
Yeah, and there's houseplants for anybody. I mean, there's houseplants that don't take as much light.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
2
to ask
or 4 hours of light. Then there's the medium light and then the high light.
Okay, so if you need a houseplant, I live in a house that sits down. You've been to my house actually working on the side of it. It still looks good. We tore out all that stuff.
That was like 10 years ago.
I know. We're keeping it up. That said, though, there's the north side of the house, which is where the hill is. You have to come down steps to get into my house. The back side is very, very sunny, but my living room is not, which is actually, for me, wonderful in the wintertime because it's cozy. So are there plants that just don't need as much light like that?
Yes.
Can you name some?
And they're honestly, those are the most that we sell. Because most people have a dark house. They're surrounded by oak trees and maples and pines. So most people have a darker house. So there's snake plants, there's
I have one of those.
Ferns, pothos. There's a ZZ plant, which is kind of like a succulent, but is shaped like a snake plant because it grows up. We'll show you those later for you personally. Philodendrons, right? There's
I have that.
And there's a wide range in every group: snake plants, pothos, philodendrons. There's 15 or 20 different varieties in each one of those that you could purchase. Spider plants, which is a very popular one from your grandmother's ages to now.
I always thought you had to have light for those.
No, they take a low light. They can take a low light all the way up to a high light.
Oh, wow.
So they're one of those plants, same as snake plants. They can do a very low light all the way up to a high light.
And watering house plants. I mean, to me, I do it once a week.
I think we make it more difficult than it should be. Stick your finger in the soil. When the soil's dry to the touch, water. Okay. But you can put yourself on a schedule like every 7 to 10 days and check them all. I think that's the easiest thing for people to do is once a week or once every 10 days is go around and check. I don't want to check every day.
Right.
That's high maintenance. You don't want your houseplants to be high maintenance.
No. Well, I have, I bought at a yard sale a Christmas cactus. That's what I was told. But it always blooms at Halloween. So it's a Halloween cactus, right?
Yes, and Thanksgiving cactus.
I
think there's an Easter cactus, Thanksgiving cactus, and a Christmas cactus.
But it always, as soon as I bring it in from the outside, it starts to bloom. But out of that, I had babies. So now I've got 4 plants. One is like this, one is like this, one is like this, and now I have a tiny baby growing. And I have jade plants too that I can't believe I actually transplanted. Something fell off, and I went on to YouTube and I looked, and they told you how to propagate it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the right word. And so now I've got little baby jade plants growing. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with all these plants. Do they all need a lot of light, or I'm thinking like bedrooms and places like that? I might
medium light, definitely medium light.
Bright,
give them away to friends
sunny.
too.
Well, that's true. Merry Christmas to Paula Johnson, who runs the station.
Donate some to the library or the town hall. It's like, here's a baby. So medium light is safe. Jade, like they're a succulent in that type of family, so they can take a higher light to a medium light.
Okay.
And the other one was?
Well, I have a snake plant.
That you've divided?
No, I haven't divided it yet, but oh my God, I swear to God, I don't think you can kill this plant.
No. I have one in the bathroom where there's no window.
Really?
And it does very well. Yeah.
Well, I've never thought about that.
Artificial light, basically, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be great. See, I never thought, maybe I need to buy another snake plant then. See, you're going to make me buy a lot of plants, aren't you?
Maybe. Maybe. Or you can wait till the winter and restock.
You
have to decorate for Christmas.
But you can also divide those plants.
You have to decorate for Christmas.
I have to decorate for Christmas a little bit early this year. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so you've got workshops. Okay, tell me again when the workshops are and what they are. Do you remember?
We have 2 Thanksgiving centerpiece workshops that we're running November 22nd and 23rd. So we offer a Friday night workshop, and then we offer a Saturday morning workshop for just flexibility of people's schedules.
Yeah.
And then after that, then we go right into porch pot workshops, cemetery basket workshops, many, many wreath workshops.
Yeah.
Mixed greens tree workshop.
Oh, I took that one. I loved that one.
That's my favorite too.
It was, and I had it up, I don't know, from the time I made it. I can't remember when it was, it was early December, I think. I made it, and it was up clear through the holidays, through the first of the year, in the middle of my table, and it just looked so great. And everybody complimented me on it, and I always thought, I actually made this. So good.
I didn't buy it, I made it. And that's a long class too. So
Yeah.
most of our workshops are only an hour, hour and a half, depending on how much you talk and socialize. But the mixed greens tree is a little more delicate, and we actually do that one in stages with everybody.
Yeah.
If you remember, we do the base
first,
where you're doing the cypress, and then you do the second stage, which you're doing the boxwood, and then the third stage is all the other little mixed greens that you accent with, and then the fourth is how you embellish with glass balls, seashells, ribbons, that kind of thing. So it is a more step by step. Where all our other workshops is we give you a tutorial and then let you go, and we help you as you go if you need the help.
When you do the wreath, do you get the wreath already done, or do you put the greens on the wreath yourself?
The wreaths are already pre-made. Okay. So all you're doing is decorating and doing the bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would probably be the better one for me, to be honest. But all I remember with the Christmas tree is don't poke the styrofoam too much.
Yes.
Because it screws it up, obviously.
Yeah. The more holes you put in it, then we have a lot of the times I tell people to leave the first 4 inches of the tip alone, and we do that last because it's more delicate and it'll snap right off. So yeah, it is a harder one.
Yeah, it is. Well, I did it and it looked good. Now, let's talk a little bit about climate. Don't know whether anybody thinks the climate's changing or not. Doesn't matter, because we definitely have different weather than we used to.
We do.
So now it's dry and it's warm. I mean, you were saying you were sitting out watching the ball game on your porch.
65 degrees at night at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
And actually, I don't like it.
No.
I really don't. I'm ready for cold weather.
Well, we live in New England for a reason.
Yes.
We like the
changes.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
Growing up in this industry as a kid, so I've been in this industry for 38 years. So you walk.
Well, wait, how could that be? You're only 25.
That's right. Thank you.
You had your daughter when you were 2. But other than that.
It all goes backwards. All goes backwards. You know, you remember at this time of year, even October, you're raking leaves and you're jumping in the piles of leaves as a child.
Right.
We used to have a spring. April used to be spring. Now May is the spring, if we're lucky. June really is the spring. And then you have 2 months of summer, and then it goes into October, November, and then those become your summer months. We have seen what we feel in our industry is a 1-month shift.
Okay, so which means?
It's colder in March and April when it used to be warmer, and then it stays warmer September, October, November. So there's a 1-month shift down the calendar. And it's very hard in our industry to recondition people's brains.
Oh, sure.
Because if you're coming in April and you're used to buying geraniums to put outside, and it's still 35 degrees at night, and we're telling you no, you're not conditioned because you grew up doing the same things.
Right.
If it's coming to, we just talked to Paula about this, you're coming to the end of October and we're getting ready to close our nursery because we have to get ready for Christmas trees.
Right.
And it's 65, 70 degree weather in November and people still want to plant.
Right.
Well, nurseries don't have those plants because they're supposed to be selling out and getting ready for Christmas.
Right.
So it's a shift, and it's a shift in our industry too. So if it continues, we have to think about this. Maybe our nurseries stay open in November to sell plants. But then you're selling shrubs and you're trying to sell Christmas trees.
Yeah, which is weird.
And if it's this warm, no one's thinking about Christmas.
Trees,
and we have to be in the next season, and we have to be doing Christmas by the middle of November.
Sure.
But if it's this warm, you're not ready for it. You don't want it. Your mind frame isn't there.
Right.
Like I said, I was doing a Christmas tree yesterday in 75 degree weather, and I wanted nothing to do with it.
Right.
I wanted to be outside. I wanted to go for a walk on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're conditioned to do certain things at certain times, and if the weather doesn't cooperate, your mind frame's not ready.
Right. Well, you know, it affects all retailing, to be honest with you. As a shopping center manager for 122 years, as everybody knows, that's what's so hard. You're not selling heavy wool sweaters at this time of year.
No, but you have the materials because you pre-ordered them
a
year ago.
Of course you did, because you assume that it's going to get cold in early November or late October.
Yes.
By mid-October, it's brisk.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard through the weather that we're supposed to have some this winter or this weekend. It's going to be kind of brisk. But no rain.
Brisk, but still only like 55 degrees.
I know.
It's not cold.
No, have we really we haven't even had a hard freeze here, have we?
No, we did
my
not.
geraniums are still blooming in their
We've
pots.
had frost,
right,
but we've not had a killing freeze yet.
Right.
We have not had a killing freeze. And that's the thing. Like November, you're supposed to be planting your daffodils. You're supposed to be planting your tulips. And if it's still
your garlic.
and your garlic, and if it's still this warm, you're not ready for it. And then it comes December and you haven't done it.
Right.
And then that's when we should get that colder weather.
Right. So that reminds me, I wanted to ask you. So I still have blooming geraniums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
I mean, because it's so warm. So if I take them out, take off all the dead stuff, flip off the blossoms, right? Take the dirt off and lay them down in a box and put them in my basement, can I regenerate them for next year?
What a lot of people do is they'll cut them back in half, bring them in and treat them as a houseplant in a nice sunny window, or others keep them in the pot, cut them back halfway, and then put them down in your basement. But keep them in the soil, because then you can just pop them out and not have to worry about replanting them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. That's dormant. They just go dormant.
Okay. I don't know if I want to go to all that trouble. And plus mine are in pots that, I mean, they're in places if we got a hard freeze, they'd be gone.
Yeah.
For sure.
Start over next year.
Yes. I know. I can go to Scenic Roots. Will you have
for
geraniums?
new geraniums? Yes, yes.
Okay.
And lots of them.
Okay. So we did mention garlic. We should be planting now, even though it's warm, right? And our bulbs.
That's the thing, right? So yes, the garlic may start to sprout.
Yeah, that always does that.
And but they always do, right? You get nervous
I know.
about it, but then they sprout. Doesn't matter, those little green that comes up, gets killed in the frost, and then they go back to bed. So it's fine. Yes, October, November is the time to plant your garlic.
Okay, good to know. And again, you told me about the classes, and I'm looking around at all the cute things you have. You've got a million cute things, from your gnomes. I love that gnome over there, the gray one with the little nose and the gray beard. Very, very cute. And you have little things that hang with Christmas trees. And
we find, so not only is it, the cut greens and the wreaths and the things that you can use for your window boxes and your containers, we started doing a lot more plant gift things.
Nice.
Right, so we have ornaments with house plants on them,
Nice.
and they have a Santa with a house plant. So we have wrapping paper with succulents on it.
Oh, cute.
We have T-shirts and sweatshirts.
Nice.
So really garden gifty things in the last couple of years.
Which is a great thing for people.
Well, it goes right into the house plants, pottery, tools, those classic things that you give as gifts.
Right.
And then we add on a couple more things. So you get an ornament that you can use as a topper when you're wrapping your present for somebody.
Well, you could also buy a pot here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And fill it with a digger, a spade, or a bulb digger, or other things.
Gloves and a Scenic Roots gift card.
There we go. Gloves and a Scenic Roots gift card. How perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Yes. Well, this year too, and last year we have a lot of chocolates with a farm stand, right? So we have a lot of chocolates. We have the honey. We have bread mixes. We have coffees. Flavored salts, things like that.
Right.
So those are easy stocking stuffers and gifts. Cheeses and salamis. I forgot. That's a really good, doing that this year for the summer for people's picnics and barbecues and parties. That was a huge part of our farm stand this year, and I never would have thought it would be.
Oh, the cheese is unbelievable.
So then carrying into Thanksgiving dinner and appetizers and parties, and then at Christmas and New Year. So it's a great thing to carry year round for people now.
Sure.
And that's a big push for the farm stand, that it's something that can be done year round.
Right.
Garden Center, it closes at the end of October. Then we do Christmas, and that closes on December 24th.
Right.
Then we started doing a lot more with houseplants and workshops in the winter.
Sure.
But the farm stand is another element that I can keep staff on and pay people to be here.
Yeah.
And then we have product to sell.
Well,
so we still stay relevant, and that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of the building and the rebuild and bringing in the farm stand and expanding the farm stand is to stay relevant year round.
Well, and it's so interesting to come in here now. Not that it wasn't always, but it's also pretty. I mean, from your shell wreaths to all those little things that people want to get or want to send to somebody else or whatever. It just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And plants make you feel good, don't you think?
Yep, absolutely. And that's the one compliment that I love the most is just how pretty and relaxing it is in here now.
It is.
And that's a huge compliment for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want people to be relaxed.
All right, next show though, we got to do cocktails.
Absolutely.
Maybe
I know we're missing
no
something in our
here. This is so unlike us. I'm just telling you, Donnie.
Yes, but
Donna.
November 22nd, November 23rd, for the first time we're doing our own little vendor market here.
Oh, you are?
In the greenhouse, which coincides with our Thanksgiving centerpieces. There will be cocktails there.
Oh, excellent. Herb ones?
There will be a balsam shrub cocktail.
Oh, yes.
But it has gin in it, so you won't like it. We're going to do a harvest sangria. We're going to have hot apple cider.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and we're going to sample.
The date again on that?
November 22nd, Friday night, and Saturday the 23rd during the day.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so then we get to sample all of our goodies that we have, like we just talked about in the farm stand too.
Sure.
Chocolates and the salamis and the cheeses.
Got plenty of apples here. I saw McCown, if however you say McCown.
Yeah.
Apples. You've got apples here. You still have squash. You still have a lot of
local
things.
Produce from San Smith Farm in East Bridgewater.
Yeah.
From Wardsbury Farm in Sharon.
Yeah.
So we're going to carry all of that product right through Thanksgiving, and the
nice.
apples continue until Christmas.
Excellent.
You have to make those pies. You have to make that crisp, and it's that season.
I know. I'm going to make mine and freeze them because I won't be able to do anything after the 19th. So
knee surgery is coming up. You have to prep all that stuff.
I only have so many hours to do it all in. Anyway, Donna, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
It's always a blast to come in here. Don't let me leave without some bulbs. All right.
And maybe a houseplant.
I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to do another house? Maybe.
No.
We can talk about that one that grows up. That would be good.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever the name of it was. What was it again?
The snake plant.
No,
the ZZ plant I'm going to show you.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
All right.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Always fun.
It's always easy to talk to you.
You know what? Here's the thing. Everybody likes making their home beautiful, and you help with that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, Donna Kutil, she is absolutely a sweetheart, and she knows so much about plants. Oh my gosh, she knows everything there is about plants and perhaps even gnomes. She's got a lot of them. So thank you for joining me today. And don't forget, November 22nd and 23rd, there'll be a kind of a farmer's vendors market for the holiday season. Stop in. I gnome you will.